Hello, my dear students. Welcome back. I hope you all are keeping fine in this pandemic. Okay. Now, if you remember, before your summer holidays, we have done 4 chapters in science. Okay. So, today we are going to start with a new chapter in science, that is chapter number heat. This is your chapter number 4th of your NCERT book. Okay, so again I have written some contents of the chapter, like first I have written here introduction, then hot or cold means hot objects, cold objects, then how to measure the hotness of an object, okay, how to measure the temperature of an object, then how to do a reading in a thermometer. Okay, so first we will do the introduction part. So in introduction part we will do, okay, before going into the detailed discussion of the chapter, we will do the introduction part. Okay, so if you remember children, in the last chapter we have studied about fibers. Okay, we have studied about animal fibers, we have studied about plant fibers, woolen cloths are made from animal fibers which keeps our body warm in winter. Okay, cotton clothes are made from plant fibers, we are wearing it in summer, it keeps our body cool in summer. Also in winter, even inside the house we are feeling very cold. Okay, and if we go out in the sun, then we are feeling very pleasant, we are feeling very good, isn't it? In winters it does happen, isn't it children? And in summer, even inside the house we are feeling very hot, like this is a summer season, isn't it? We are feeling very hot even inside the house. Okay, so in this chapter we will get answer to some of the questions, like how we can say that whether an object is hot or cold. Also, how we can find out how much hot or cold an object is. Okay, so in this chapter we will get the answer to some of these questions. Now I have written here some examples of hot or cold objects. You also know very well. Hot objects, okay, like tea, coffee, all these are hot, isn't it? Cold, now fruit juice, then ice cream, all these are cold objects. Also you know that some objects are even hotter than the other objects and some objects are colder than the other objects. Now how we can decide that if we are having two objects right in front of us, how we can decide which one is hotter than the other or which one is colder than the other? So mostly what do? We do touch them. Okay, by simply touching them we can tell which one is hotter or which one is colder than the other objects. So to illustrate this, that whether our sense of touch is very reliable or not, we will do one activity. So in this you can see in the PPT, you can see 3 pictures over here. These are the 3 containers. Okay, so in and we have labeled them as A, B and C. So in A container we have taken hot water, in B container we have taken cold water, and C container what we have done, we have mixed hot and cold water and we have taken in container number C. Okay, so now this is very simple. Okay, so what we are going to do it, we will keep our one hand in hot water, we will keep our other hand in cold water and we will keep it for 2-3 minutes. We will keep it for 2-3 minutes, and after that what we are going to do it, we will take out both the hands at the same time and simultaneously we will dip it in container number C. Okay, so now you have to tell your how your both the hands are feeling. Okay, do they feel same or different? So if you are doing it, you will realize that your one hand must be feeling hot and your other hand must be feeling cold. Okay, the hand which is coming out from hot water, that hand will feel cold, and the hand which is coming out from cold water, that hand is feeling hot. So both the hands feeling different. Okay, so with this activity you can say it very confidently that our sense of touch is not at all reliable. Okay, sometimes it can cheat us. So now the question is how we can find out how hot an object is. So a reliable measure of the hotness of an object is temperature. So what is that? Touch is not reliable, temperature is reliable. Now how we can measure the temperature of an object? By using thermometer. Thermometer, I think children, you all are aware about thermometer. Okay, because I think in every home you are having thermometer. Okay, like why you are keeping thermometer? Like if you are feeling sick, if feverish like condition is there, if you are feeling fever, then what happen? You measure it by using a thermometer. So in this topic, now you will study how to read a thermometer, how to do reading in a thermometer, how does it look like, and what does it contain. So I think now mostly in all the houses we are having digital thermometer. Okay, but like earlier, before this digital thermometer, we used to have clinical thermometer at our home. Now also I am having. So you can ask from your parents if it's not there. Okay, so how does it look like? First of all, we will study how does it look like. It is very long, it is narrow, it is made up of glass. Okay, it is a tube-like structure, and it has a bulb at one end which contains mercury. Mercury is a metal, it's very toxic. Okay, and outside the bulb you can see a thread of mercury. Okay, you can see a mercury thread. Okay, so if you will rotate the thermometer, you can see that mercury thread. Okay, and the scale which we are using it, that scale is known as what? Celsius scale, and it is indicated by degree Celsius. You can see it in the figure. Okay, now the question is how to read a thermometer. Okay, so here I have written 3-4 lines. You can read out here. In a thermometer, you can see bigger marks also, and you can see smaller marks also. Okay, so if you please note this, like if the temperature difference between two bigger marks is represented by like 1 degree Celsius between two bigger marks, means one after the other, like in continuous. If it is 1 degree Celsius, so in between you can see the number of divisions by smaller marks. You can see it, isn't it? So 1 small divisions, you can read it as 1 by 5, which is equal to 0.2 degrees Celsius. And again I will show you one diagram also which I have made. Like this is a scale. Okay, I have written here 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So if between 35 and 35, 36 is represented by a bigger marks, and in between by green color you can see that are smaller marks. Okay, so if the temperature difference between 35 and 36 is represented by 1 degree Celsius, then if there are 5 divisions, then one small division is equal to 1 by 5, which is equal to 0.2 degree Celsius. So in this way we have to read a thermometer. Also we should use it very carefully, because like we have to wash it by using an antiseptic solution. Why? Because we are using it for a like sick person. So it may happen that if the same thermometer we are using it for other person, that person can also be infected. True? Okay, so we should wash it carefully by using an antiseptic solution. Also, we should hold it tightly, firmly, and we should give it a few jerks before using it. Okay, so why we are giving it jerk? So that the level of temperature should fall down below 35 degree Celsius, and after that we'll place it under our tongue, and then we will keep it for at least 1 minute. Then we will take it out, and then we can check the body temperature. Okay, so normal temperature of a healthy person, like if you check your body temperature, if you check so if you're a healthy person now, it will surely be 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so normal temperature of a healthy person is 37 degrees Celsius. But sometimes it can happen that if you are checking the temperature of your friends also, okay, your parents also, so it's not like every time it will come 37 only. Maybe slightly bigger number can also come, it's slightly less than also can come. So it's nothing to worry about, because 37 degrees Celsius is the average of a average body temperature of a large or healthy person. Okay, so some variation can there, but nothing to worry about. Also, the range of clinical thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Why this range is there? Why? Because the temperature of a human body lies between 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. It cannot come below 35, or it cannot go more than 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, it lies only between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is all about clinical thermometers, which we are using it to measure the temperature of a human body. Okay, now at last we will summarize what we have done in this PPT. Okay, so what we have done in this PPT, that in this chapter we are going to study how to measure the hotness or coldness of an object, or how much hot an object is than other objects. Okay, so in this chapter again we have studied that since our sense of touch is not very reliable, it's not very reliable. What is reliable? Temperature is reliable, and we are measuring it by using a thermometer. So first thermometer which we have studied is our clinical thermometer. We have studied that what is its use. It is used to measure the temperature of a human body. What is its range? 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, why this range is there? Because this is the range of a human body. The temperature of a human body cannot fall from 35, and it cannot go above than 42. Also we have done what is the temperature of a normal human body. What is its temperature? It is 37 degrees Celsius. Now how does it look like? Like it is a long narrow glass tube, and it has a bulb at one end which contains mercury, and it has mercury thread also. And then we have done how to do a reading. Very simple. It is just like a scale. Like if the division between two bigger mark is like 5 divisions are there, so one small division is 1/5, which is equal to 0.2 degree Celsius. Also we should use it very carefully. Why we should use it very carefully? We should wash it because it is used to measure the temperature of a sick person. Okay, so we should wash it by using an antiseptic solution, plus we should wash it by using an antiseptic solution first. Before measuring the temperature of a human body, we should give it a jerks also, so that its temperature should fall below 35 degrees Celsius, and we will get a correct body temperature of a human body. This is all about clinical thermometer. These things we have done in our first PPT. Now next part of the chapter we will do it in our next PPT. Thank you, children.